Hello everybody and welcome to this video. My name is Neve and today I'm drawing my OCs Raigen and Kiora. But let's be honest, you saw the thumbnail, you're not here for lesbians, so let's talk about my epic battle with backgrounds. What will be sacrificed, who will survive, and who will win? And if I'm honest, probably backgrounds. So I hate drawing backgrounds digitally. I don't know why I find it so much more difficult than drawing them traditionally, but oh my god, I was about to murder this background. It just did not want to cooperate. Honestly, it could be because when I do backgrounds traditionally, I don't add the line art to them, or if I do, I'll wait till the very end. Or it could just be because my digital art skills are honestly questionable, and honestly, maybe I should have made the background something less complicated. But I'm not about to let backgrounds win this war. Why would I surrender when I can make my life 10 times harder? Honestly, I enjoy painting scenery traditionally, but digitally, I absolutely despise anything that's not characters. So I just don't practice anything else because of how much I hate it. So while I need to practice, I just don't because, obviously I'm so far beyond backgrounds. They're so below me. Definitely not because I'm just scared of them. Okay, but I'm going to stop complaining now because you guys are probably already sick of it. So let's talk about the characters in the speed paint. So as usual, I start with a rough sketch and then I clean up that sketch. Then I move on to the line art and flat colors. Then I did the background and then I shaded and added effects. I don't think I did anything very different. So I have a previous video where I go slightly into more depth, but not very because I'm really bad at describing things, so don't expect much from me there. So Raigen and Kiora are two of my side characters, and just right off the bat, I forgot Raigen's horns and her wedding ring until the very end. But it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't forget something and have to add it after I finish recording the speed paint, so, you'll see it at the end. So Kiora's a human, and Raigen's a daemon, which, if you don't know, isn't a demon, but it's something kind of in between a human and a supernatural being. And it's also the easiest thing for me to call like all the beings that aren't human in my story because I'm not creative. The two of them are, as I previously kind of mentioned, married, and they also have a child called Emrys, but Emrys isn't in this speed paint. Raigen has two robotic arms, and there is a reason for that. Think the two people that built the stairs for the Titanic, because Raigen is an inventor, kinda. She makes a lot of weapons, and she made her arms after losing them. She also is the one that found Emrys and decided to take them in. She's very liked in her town and by anyone who's not in the capital because she's a pain in their sides. Deckard, one of my main OCs, kind of thinks of her as an idol. He's seen her in the news or just on TV in general. And there's also something specific that happened when he was a kid that I'm not going to reveal in this video. Dun dun dun! That's a big reason why he wants to be like her. And then he ends up being a con man. Good job, Deckard. Listen, guys, he's trying his best, and he's technically also an explosives expert, so he's not doing too bad. Honestly, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I based Raigen's hair off a Pinterest picture I saw. The hair was longer in that, and sometimes I draw her hair longer, but I don't know if that's overly practical for an inventor. But I guess she could probably loosely tie it back. So let me know what you think. Also, gold or silver jewelry, because that's also something I constantly change. Let me know. Anyway, moving on to Kiora. She's a bit of a mercenary, or more of an ex-mercenary. She has the Celtic Lamass symbol on her face, which represents the first fruits of the harvest in the summer solstice. Off topic, but it is so hard to find historical information on a lot of Celtic symbols. From what I can tell, this one seems to be real, but honestly, it's hard to tell when it comes to Celtic symbols, unfortunately. So, and I can't exactly just rock up to the Heritage Park in the middle of recording videos and stuff, but I'll tell you if I find out in the future. The reason I chose this symbol is because A, it's a way for me to put my own culture into my work, and B, the group she was a part of and grew up in believed in a minor god called Shalene, which, yes, is the Irish word for cherry. Listen, I'm not creative. But basically, because her people worship her, they all get the symbol put on their face. Whoa, I actually did some world building. I know this is great. Also, someone tell my Irish teacher I'm using it in my work. Whoa. Off topic, but Irish is such a lovely language, but it's taught so badly in schools. Jesus, we should want to learn it, but the way they teach it makes everyone hate it. Tá sé u fásach agus jacker, oh my yeah. Honestly, the only Irish phrases you'll hear in Ireland is Pogue Mahone and Anvil Cadigum Duggity on Lehrus. If you're lucky, you might even get a Gov Trasna Ert Fain, but that's really only if you meet someone semi-fluent, which is rare. Anyway, side rant over. Where were we? So Kiora, from a design aspect, used to have a lot of purple incorporated, but when I started drawing Elva with purple, she kind of had to change because they blended in with each other too much. So I dove completely into the black and white theme. Her hair also changes a lot. I did a design before where the black and white was completely strewn throughout her hair. What I did for that is I had her hair in wicks instead of an afro, and each wick was either black or white. It was cool, but it's definitely a lot more time consuming than the half and half afro I gave her in this. But let me know, wicks or an afro and color split in the middle or strewn throughout. Honestly, I like both, and the time jump isn't so much that I wouldn't consider doing that instead. Not much of her design tends to change other than that, though. I think I really like the black and white split. It makes her unique because a lot of my characters are very colorful. Kiora is a lot more reserved than Raigen and is definitely more introverted. She's good at talking to people and keeping up relations, though, so she's also generally well liked. But if you asked her, she'd probably say that she'd much prefer staying at home than being out and about. She's also definitely the kind of parent that says she'll help with your math homework and then takes one look at it and insists that math nowadays is made up, even though she did the exact same math when she was younger. She's also the kind of parent that all the other kids think is really scary until she pulls out the arts and crafts. She can make a mean paper plate doll, okay? And so what? There's 10 pounds of glitter to clean up afterwards. Until there's actually 10 pounds of glitter to clean up afterwards, then she'll have to suffer the consequences of her own actions. I know I'm talking about all these kiddie things, but would you be disappointed if you found out that Emrys is actually a teenager by the time the story takes place? And unless it calls for it, you'll probably never see Kiora or Raigen do arts and crafts with 15 hyper 5-year-olds. I know it makes me sad too. On the plus side, though, it means Emrys' character is a whole lot more developed, and it also means I can draw Emrys as young Justin Bieber memes, and that's what's really important, so... Anyway, that went completely off track, but I hope you enjoyed this video anyway, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Do you know what keeps popping up on my TikTok For You page? Dead plate. What is that about? I mean, I know what it's about. It's obviously someone's a cannibal and the other person is not a cannibal. But is the fandom okay? Some of the videos I've seen are actually like awful, as in like shocking. Like it's getting worse than the Hannibal fandom, which is something that I'm in. So are you guys feeling okay? Do you guys need help? Should I be scared?